Brossoit gets the call tonight. Robin Leonard out injured. Brossoit coming off the win against the Rangers last Friday. And at the other end of the ice, Andrei Vasilevsky, the Conn Smythe winner for Tampa last year in their run to their second straight Stanley Cup, tied for the league lead in wins yet again this year with Frederik Andersen of Carolina.
Let's take a look at our keys of the game, brought to you by our Desert Ford dealers. Quick puck pursuit, very key for the Golden Knights in all three zones. On the forecheck, control the neutral zone, and quick to defend and compete for 60. Let's be honest, these guys got a little bit of a prolonged, extended rest, recover, break. Can leave it all on the ice here tonight.
Yeah, the Golden Knights had what was going to be their next game Thursday against the Kings, already postponed. 9 other games in the NHL tonight postponed due to COVID concerns. The only game in the league, a marquee matchup. The Golden Knights and the Lightning. This was supposed to be a 3-game trip for Tampa, but they had their game postponed in Colorado over the weekend. They were supposed to be in Arizona 2 nights from now. Here's Mattias Janmark in his own end. The Golden Knights, a season-high 5 straight wins and 8 of 9. Tampa Bay's won 7 of 8. The Lightning are well rested. They haven't played since last Thursday at home in a 2-1 win over the Ottawa Senators. Jan Rutta gets it moving. Up ahead now to Andre Palat. He'll feed it off to Steven Stamkos. Pick up his 900th career point in their last game. He's talking after the game and said that's a good number, but if he gets another 100, that'll really be something special.
Well, stays healthy. There's a pretty good chance he will.
Here he comes, and he's had some bad injuries over the years too. He probably could already be there.
Yeah, he certainly could, and kind of motivation this year to come in and play well, and he certainly would have been one of those guys looking to make the Canadian roster for the Olympics.
Mark Stone returning to the Vegas lineup, missed the last game of the trip in Long Island with an upper body injury. Now a wrist shot from Maramanov, turned away by Vasilevsky. So Daniil Maramanov back up from Henderson with a good chance. Said no John Cooper behind the bench tonight, Shane, for Tampa. He's in COVID protocol, so Derek Lalonde will be the acting head coach.
Yeah, he'll be taking over the line changes, the line calls, and certainly as players, you understand what the assignments are going to be. Might be a little different here as they'll have to adjust on the fly with Vegas having last change. But most coaches have coached at all levels, been in this situation, and understand the job at hand.
The Golden Knights without their top defense pair tonight. Nick Hague out injured. Alex Pietrangelo in COVID protocol. So for Pete DeBoer, Daniil Maramanov up from Henderson and in. Ben Hutton back in. Michael Amadio returns. Logan Thompson up from Henderson, backing up Laurent Brossoit tonight. William Karlsson will take the draw against Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, a former Golden Knight last couple of years in Colorado, then signed a 2-year deal to head to Tampa. Jonathan Marchessault deflects it in. Vasilevsky let it go for Mikhail Sergachev. Now Victor Hedman sails it out. Ben Hutton hustling back. Did not play the final 2 games of the road trip. Corey Perry in on him, this rebuilt third line for Tampa. They lost all 3 members of it last year. Barclay Goodrow, of course. Blake Coleman out in front, a loose puck. Jonathan Marchessault trying to get there, and now here is William Karlsson. And he'll steer it behind his own net. And Marchessault tips it out. This will be an icing on the Golden Knights, and play is stopped.
Well, I was looking at Riley Smith and looking to get this line going offensively. Has been Jonathan Marchessault, who's been the hottest of late of those 3 players. 3 goals in his last 4 games for Marchessault. Riley Smith trying to break a 9-game goalless drought.
Face off here in the Vegas end. Riley Nash and William Karlsson on the draw. With some significant deletions from this Tampa team. To think about Yanni Gourde, along with Coleman and Goodrow. Tyler Johnson gone as well. They knew they were going to lose players due to the cap crunch after back-to-back cups. Brought in Corey Perry. Brought in Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. Picked up Riley Nash recently off waivers from Winnipeg earlier in the month. Michael Amadio through center with Will Carrier and Brett Howden. Riley Nash able to steal that pass. Now Gabriel Fortier the other way. Back in the Tampa lineup. A healthy scratch the last 2 games. Amadio, he'll spin and shoot it in. Amadio played the first and last games of the road trip for the Golden Knights. Now Alex Killorn across. Jan Ruda snaps it in around the dasher. Matthias Janmark around for Shea Theodore. Shea's first 2-goal game of the season. 2 big goals in the third period, including the tying goal of the final minute with the extra player on, and shootout clincher as well. Anthony Cirelli, Alex Killorn, and Jan Ruda with a big drive, and that's deflected wide. Now Ruda swings it in a little further. Zach Whitecloud will pick it up. Shea Theodore looking to move it, held in by Cirelli, and the puck will deflect to neutral ice to Victor Hedman. Victor Hedman's really picked it up lately offensively. Had not scored in the first 10 games of the year, but since then he's really bolted up in terms of the defensive points in the season. 1 point behind Adam Fox of the Rangers for top scoring defenseman in the league. Dylan Coghlan lets it rip, and that missed the net. Now Max Pacioretty, puck loose. Matthew Joseph and Chandler Stevenson battle for it. Sergachev in there too. Puck loose on the wing. Stevenson comes away with it. Sergachev, good second effort to get a stick on that. And Andre Palat starts it out. Lead pass to Steven Stamkos. Stamkos has not gone more than 2 games this year without a point. And we got a Golden Knight shaken up. That's Mark Stone. He lost an edge at center, and now he's crawling to the bench.
He went to make a play to strip the puck from Joseph and kind of got clipped as Joseph went down.
There's Smith walking in, headshot, and a save Vasilevsky. Well, Mark Stone trying to shake this off right now on the Golden Knights bench. Miromanov swings it in. Offside on Vegas. And Mark Stone and Mike Muir in a conversation.
Well, Stone trying to strip the puck, and you can see Joseph just loses his edge and slides into the legs of Mark Stone. Gets a little help from the bench. They use the stick to hook him over, and he hobbles it on. Well, keep an eye. A good sign is that he's still on the bench and has not made his way back to the room.
Mark Stone missed a dozen games earlier this year with an upper body injury, then came back, played 16 in a row. Missed the game on Long Island Sunday. Pete Bohr said after the game he felt like this wasn't nearly as serious as what Stone dealt with earlier in the season. And he's looking to shake this off after Joseph fell down and then took Stone down with him. Maroon racing in. 3 straight cups for Pat Maroon. St. Louis in 2019 and then back-to-back with the Bolts. Maroon one-hands it down low. Belmar had a trickle away from him. Hedman keeps it in. His pass blocked away by Hutton. Trying to spring Marchessault, but Hedman intercepts. And then Waugh picks off his pass. Here's Marchessault into the zone with Smith. Smith to the net on the forehand and a save Vasilevsky. Riley Smith with a great chance to end that 9-game drought.
Oh, really good play by Marchessault. A little delay as he got across the blue line. Found Smith in stride that allowed him to get a step on the defenseman.
Big save by Andre Vasilevsky. He has not lost a game in the month of December at 6-0. Golden Knights are one of 4 teams he has a sub-500 record against in his career. Puck loose just inside the Vegas end. Sergachev moves it. Fortier headshot and he scores! Gabriel Fortier with his first NHL goal in his 8th game in the league. It's 1-0 Tampa.
All off a turnover. The Golden Knights can't clear their zone. It's inside the blue line. Amadio trying to get rid of it. It's stripped. A real good play. Good work by Sergachev, and he sets up Fortier, who goes blocker side. A great shot. He beats Brossoit, and the Tampa Bay Lightning grab the 1-0 lead.
Oh, Gabriel Fortier, a second-round pick for the Lightning in 2018. And you see Corey Perry with a big hug for him. His first National Hockey League goal. And the Lightning on the board first. This will be an icing against Tampa Bay. It's 1-0 Lightning.
Well, and you think right before that, Riley Smith with a great chance. Vasilevsky with the stop, and then turnover. Quick play to Fortier. There's a look at his first goal and gives his team the 1-0 lead here early in the first.
had not played the last couple of games for the Lightning. Putting on their fourth line tonight with Riley Nash and Taylor Radish. Coughlin along wrist shot on the blocker save by Vasilevsky. Waugh with Kolasar and Janmark up front. Waugh in deep, trying to fight through Cirelli. Kolasar dishing it off. McNabb feeds it off the corner boards for Waugh. Janmark and Cal Foote, the son of Adam Foote, plays it around the boards. McNabb keeps it in. Battle for it along the left side. Kolasar in the mix. Sergachev, Ross Colton in there too. McNabb will flip it on goal, and Vasilevsky with a glove save. He'll hold it. So the Lightning with the first goal of the game, and it's the first in the NHL. Gabriel Fortier. Lead on the Golden Knights here in the opening period, just about 7 minutes in. Our reliable coverage is brought to you by CarShield. 1 and 2 in wins over the last 4.5 years. These two teams since the Golden Knights entered the NHL. Of course, Tampa Bay had a great year, winning 62 games, got upset in the first round by Columbus. Boy, have they bounced back ever since, winning back-to-back cups.
Yeah, it just proves sometimes you have to go through those hardships in the postseason, and you learn from it, and that's exactly what the Lightning did. They've been able to win now back-to-back since then.
Looking to become the first team to three-peat since those great Islander teams, the dynasty of the early 80s, won 4 in a row. No team has gone to the final 3 straight years since that Islanders run. They went there 5 consecutive years. They were trying to go 5 for 5, but lost in the final to the Edmonton Oilers. But it started for them, Shane, in the bubble in 2020.
Well, certainly did. Able to defeat the Dallas Stars, who beat the Golden Knights. As a look at Victor Hedman, he was the Conn Smythe winner. And then last year against the Montreal Canadiens, taking in 5 games, Ross Colton had the winner, and Andre Vasilevsky was the Conn Smythe winner.
Ross Colton, the only goal in a 1-0 Game 5 win for the Lightning. Pacioretty a wrist shot on, and the blocker saved by Vasilevsky. Well, Mark Stone back out there. Good news for the Golden Knights after he got tripped up by Joseph in his last shift. Went down to the ice awkwardly. Pacioretty winds it in. Max Pacioretty, his 200th game as a member of the Golden Knights. McDonough and Whitecloud into the corner. Here is Stevenson back to the line at Stone. Long wrist shot, and Vasilevsky got a piece of that. Stevenson back at neutral ice. And now Stone holding it. Mark Stone missed 1 game all of last season. Missed 13 this year. Here is Smith darting in. Feeds it back towards Marchessault. And now William Karlsson to Marchessault again. Off to Karlsson. He got tripped up by Perry in a penalty. Just before he could shoot it, Corey Perry got the stick in.
This line so good at little plays in tight, off cycles, off spin plays. They support the puck really well offensively.
Tampa, number 10, minor penalty for tripping.
So Perry to the box for tripping, first power play of the game. So look, good little stick lift by Riley Smith on Hedman, and that allows Karlsson to get the puck, and then you can see the play by Perry right behind. And the infraction is the Golden Knights looking for their power play to continue to stay hot, which it has here in the month of December.
Yeah, the Golden Knights 1 for 1 against the Islanders the other day. They've scored a power play goal in 5 of their last 6. Power play brought to you by Adam Kuttner. So Vegas looking to tie it up. Karlsson pulls up, feeds it Waugh, went right over his stick. Hedman looking to feed it out. Picked off by Waugh. His chance batted away by the glove of Vasilevsky. And now here's Karlsson on the wing. Off to Coughlin and around the horn for Marchessault. Coughlin with a one-timer, and Vasilevsky got a pad on it. Coughlin hustles to keep it in. Golden Knights have scored 9 power play goals this month, 9 for 29. Their best run of the season. And 31% for the month of December. Cirelli will snap it down the ice.
Well, a couple of big saves by Vasilevsky. First off Waugh, then off Coughlin, the blast from the blue line.
Matthias Janmark winding it up. He'll flip it in and race in after it. Backhands it around the boards for Mark Stone. Pass back to Theodore, got blocked. Stevenson intercepts it though. Pacioretty has it. Janmark on the wing. Now Pacioretty again, feeds it out top. Shea Theodore looking. Pacioretty centered up, score! Mark Stone on the deflection. A power play goal to tie the game.
Well, Matthias Janmark got a spot on this power play, and it was his entry that regained possession, and then Pacioretty just looking for Stone. He's wide open, and that goes off to Tobin's skate and past Vasilevsky. Well, look, there's no kicking motion. He may have directed it in, which is fine. With his skate, I don't think there'll be a challenge whatsoever. The Golden Knights able to tie it. Another power play goal, this time Stone. He has his 5th of the season as the Golden Knights tie it at 1.
What a turnaround it's been for the VGK power play. 10 for 30 this month. And at 9:26 of the first, the Golden Knights captain has tied it with his 5th of the season. Theodore swings it up ahead. Carrier pressured by Foot. Out high at Stamkos. Drop pass to Sergachev. Shot. Missed it. And a ricochets around the boards and out. Cal Foot back to get it. Father Adam, 2-time Stanley Cup winner with the Colorado Avalanche. Now Stamkos feeds it up to Perry. Back to Stamkos again. Perry in front, couldn't handle it. Oh, aerial pass, he was open. Palat keeps it in. He'll flip it to Perry in the corner. Now Zach Bogosian. Off to Ryan McDonough. Here's Stamkos. Across to Fortier, looking to center it. And that's blocked high and out of play into the netting. 9:41 to go in the opening period of the Fortress tonight. Max Pacioretty to Mark Stone on the doorstep to tie the game. Willie, your home, your way. And by Universal Solar Direct. Pay less for your electric. Toshiba Plaza, the area surrounding it looking terrific. Everybody in the holiday spirit. And the Golden Knights and the Lightning in a 1-1 tie here in the opening period. Of course, the NHL moving up the holiday break by a couple of days. Usually it runs December 24th through 26th, but different story this year. And start after this game tonight. Riley Smith into the offensive zone. Gonna shovel it down the board towards William Karlsson, but Ryan McDonough clears. And this will be an icing on the Lightning, so a face-off back in the Vegas end, back in the Tampa Bay end of the ice.
Well, we saw a picture of Mark Stone on the bench. Good thing he stayed in. Kind of a little bit of one of those moments where you hold your breath. Went to the bench slowly, needed to be helped, but stays in the game and ties it up with his 5th of the season.
Yeah, from Pacioretty and Theodore. Max Pacioretty had gone 3 games without a goal after that 7-game run he was on. A nice setup to Stone at the top of the crease. Ryan McDonough feeds it up ahead. Alex Killorn will bank it out. And now William Karlsson with a steal at center. Into the zone comes Riley Smith. He'll softly shovel it around the boards. McDonough lifting the stick of Marchessault and able to flip it out. Anthony Cirelli to center ice. Backhands it in. Golden Knights have gone 8-2 this month. The Lightning are 7-1. Karlsson steers it up the wall to Marchessault. Killorn keeps it alive. Zach Bogosian out high, feeds it in the middle, and it's tipped wide by Ryan McDonough. Marchessault for Smith, pressured by Ross Colton. Now Killorn behind the net, lays it off for Colton. Plays it up the boards, but it's taken away by William Karlsson. And now here's Riley Smith, backhanded across. Marchessault will track it down. Feeds it across, now to Nick Waugh walking in. Headshot, and Vasilevsky got a blocker on it. Andrei Vasilevsky riding a personal 6-game winning streak. Has now played all 7 of the regular season matchups all time against Vegas. Nick Waugh zips it up ahead. Janmark and Ruda go to the corner. Ruda goes down. Janmark trying to dig it out from underneath him. Maroon in the mix. Kolasar, Hedman. Puck sent to the near side now, and Runa hustling with Shea Theodore. Theodore cuts him off of the pass. Colasar carrying it in behind the net against Hedman. He'll cycle it towards Waugh. Belmar got a body and a stick on him. A lot of heavy work behind the Tampa Bay net right now. A lot of hacking and whacking, and the puck comes up the boards for Shea Theodore. He'll feed it down, went off the leg of Colasar right to Victor Hedman. And Hedman will flip it in from long range, bouncing it in on Brossois. Theodore with the lead pass. Michael Amadio moved it in on the second effort. Sergachev will play it around the boards. Fortier clears. Shots are 12-3 for Vegas. There's Radish out top with a wrist shot blocked away by McNabb. Tyler Radish has spent most of the last 3 years playing AHL Syracuse. 8 points in his last 9 games for Tampa. And Vasilevsky will scoop that up as Howden was coming in towards the net, but Vasilevsky holds on.
Well, Nick Waugh had a great chance on that first power play. Another one off this right side coming in, trying to go blocker's side. And see Vasilevsky is so positionally sound, able to steer that away with his blocker. And Nick Waugh had a great shootout goal. Fantastic move on Sorokin to win it on the island on the last game of the trip.
And off this draw, the Golden Knights control it. Shea Theodore swings it down towards Jano Stevenson. Stevenson's been a point-a-game player for the Golden Knights this year. 30 for 30. White Cloud wrist shot, missed the net. And now here is Stone. Cirelli takes it back. Stamkos and Theodore racing after it. Stevenson to the line. Shovels it high and a little bit too high. That jumped over the glass with 6:20 to go now in the opening period.
Well, it's so good we better look at it again. Nick Waugh, the move, he usually goes to the backhand, but his ability to pull it back to the forehand, maybe the most impressive, he just elevates it. Sorokin gets the left pad there, but he elevates the puck, puts it up under the bar. A beauty as the Golden Knights sweep that 4-game road trip through Boston, New Jersey, the Rangers, and the Islanders.
Yeah, the VGK running off 4 consecutive wins on the trip, riding a season-high 5 straight victories overall. And the Golden Knights have picked it up here at home. They were 1-3 through their first 4 home games. 9-3 at the Fortress since then. And overall, trying to get to a season-high 10 games over 500. Marchessault and Colton, the most recent centerman to try to line up properly. Marchessault pulls it back for Dylan Coghlan. They'll swing it in to Riley Smith. Lays it off for Jonathan Marchessault. Cuts back the other way on Colton. Feeds it to Carlson. Out top, Coghlan, a wrist shot. Tipped, and Smith trying to get a handle on it. Marchessault and Colton battling. Carlson in there too. Marchessault in tight. Shot towards the net, blocked away by Hedman. Ruda under some heat. Plays it off to Hedman. All right, a stick tied up for a moment. Now Riley Nash. He'll shovel it down the glass. Coghlan and Killorn to the corner. McNabb picks it up. Here's Carlson. Dylan Coghlan starts it out. Shots are 14-3 for the Golden Knights.
Well, Vegas done a real good job here in the first. Vasilevsky's been the best player for Tampa.
Andrei Vasilevsky's either led the league or had a share of the league lead in wins 4 consecutive years. And tied for the league lead this year with 16 with Frederik Andersen of the Carolina Hurricanes. In deep, Sergachev. Brossois will cover it. He'll hold as Belmar was digging in front. So, Andrei Vasilevsky stops him all sorts of ways, according to this one off the coconut.
Remember at the beginning of the season when Pete DeBoer told us us all to be patient with the power play. Well, yeah, I'm sure he's happy to say I told you so, because it's gotten better and better each month, up to 33.3% in the month of December. And while we were all talking about scoring goals, Pete DeBoer was just worried about the power play building momentum. He said you should always have momentum after the man advantage. Shea Theodore said it's as simple as just finding some plays that work, but something everyone agrees on is that it's all about confidence, and this power play has a lot to be confident about right now, guys.
Yeah, they've been terrific, Ashley. Now a power play goal in 6 of their last 7. Foot with a long wrist shot sails wide. Yeah, Pete DeBoer's talked about that a lot. If it's struggling, it really can just kind of suck the life out of your team. But lately, it's been a different story. And a lot of that due to the return of good health for a lot of this team. At center ice, Sergachev backhands it in. If just joining us, the Golden Knights, 2 players in COVID protocol tonight. Alex Pietrangelo and Evgeny Dodonov out of the game. Nick Hague and Robin Lehner out injured. Stamkos a wrist shot blocked. And the Lightning without their head coach John Cooper in COVID protocol. There's Cal Foote back in his own end. Feeds it up the wing. Deflected to Shea Theodore. Shea with 7 points in 6 all-time meetings coming into tonight to make it 8 and 7 now against Tampa. This Pacioretty shot turned away by Vasilevsky. Puck back in the neutral zone. Pacioretty to Stone. Turns it up ice. Stone to the net. And a save made again. Andre Vasilevsky with his 15th save of the opening period. Stamkos the other way, throws it in. Theodore moves it around the boards for Pacioretty. Stone trying to knife his way through, drops it to Stevenson. The return pass to Stone, down low and a save, Vasilevsky. White Cloud, Theodore out high, looking for a shooting lane. He'll swing it to the corner to Pacioretty. Stamkos with an eye on him. Pacioretty leaned on by Ruda. Palat digs it out, trying to find a little space to maneuver. Stone knocks it away. Go Knights, go, the chant of the fortress. And the puck back to center ice to Zach Whitecloud.
A couple of good chances for Mark Stone on that shift.
You said, Shane, the only reason that this is close right now is Andre Vasilevsky in net for Tampa. He's been outstanding. The Golden Knights have controlled the period territorially, scoring chances, shots on net, which is 16-4 now. And offside on Vegas stops play.
Well, quick transition off a turnover by the Golden Knights as this puck going to come outside the blue line. Try to kick it ahead. Pacioretty takes it from Palat, sets up Stone. He looks to go 5-hole. And then the next chance, little drop pass to Stevenson, gets it back, and Stone just couldn't get a handle on that. And then there's a look at what Mark Stone does well, his ability to strip people of the puck. Took a look at the Toyota instant replay.
Face off outside the Tampa Bay line. The Golden Knights with that 5-game winning streak. 3rd longest win streak in the NHL right now. You've got Pittsburgh and Nashville that have ripped off 7 straight. Well, the Vancouver Canucks on the Bruce Boudreau, 6 in a row. Ross Colton feeds it up ahead of Ryan McDonough. Lost to the Riley Smith. Here come the misfits. Smith, Carlson, Marchessault. Pass across to Marchessault. Didn't connect. And back the other way comes Alex Killorn. Broken up. William Karlsson has it. Mirror man off to Marchessault. Hook checked away by Sergachev. Marchessault gets it back. And now Dylan Coghlan. A couple of steps to the red line. Fires it in around the glass. Bogosian playing it around the boards. Fortier with Coghlan pinching in on him as we approach the final 2 minutes of the first. And Mikhail Sergachev. Now Fortier moving it off for Radish. The pass in the middle, gloved away by Coghlan. And Fortier to the corner. Radish swings in to pick it up. And the Lightning have not spent much time in this end of the rink in this period. Golisar with Nash bearing down on him. And now Dylan Coghlan has it. 7 points in the last 10 for Dylan, including goals in back-to-back games on the road trip in Jersey and against the Rangers. Had the big tying goal with just over 5 minutes left at Madison Square Garden last Friday. There's Cal Foote. Victor Hedman. He won the Conn Smythe for the 2020 Stanley Cup Tampa Bay team. Now Ruda or Hedman. And at center ice, Corey Perry. Corey Perry saying, if you can't beat him, join him, right? Lost to Tampa with Dallas in 2020 in the final, and last year with Montreal.
1 to go in the period.
Belmar to Ruda. Back to Belmar again. Took a little bump from Pacioretty. Hutton with a high lob to center. And Victor Hedman, the two-time Norris Trophy winner, rips it in. Maroon to the corner, centered it. Stevenson protects the house. And look out in the delay of game. Just tried to feed that up the glass, but had a little bit too much loft on it. Be a delay of game penalty on Chandler Stevenson.
Vegas number 20, minor penalty for delay of game.
Power play upcoming for Tampa, but now this from Knock the Injury Law.
Focus on the facts when picking a lawyer. Call Knock-Fee at 702-INJURED.
Chandler Stevenson in the box, and the Lightning to their first power play.
Well, it was a good play defense by Stevenson, just trying to backhand this off the glass and out, airmails it over. And as good as the power play's been for the Golden Knights, penalty kills been another story. They've given up a goal in 6 of the last 7 games.
Now, coming into tonight, the Golden Knights have scored 9 power play goals this month. They'd allowed 9 the other way. Smith with a wrist shot glove by Vasilevsky. He'll hold it. They'll try to stop the bleeding a little bit in that category tonight on the PK. 9 power play goals in the last 29 shorthanded opportunities.
Well, a great job by Smith. Not only the shot, but look at, you can see Vasilevsky very active. He wants to play this puck. Smith able to go right to the front along with Carlson. But doesn't give him a chance, force the whistle.
25 seconds left in the opening frame. Carlson and Smith, McNabb and Whitecloud, the quartet out there for Vegas. Victor Hedman will start it out. Steven Stamkos leads Tampa with 5 power play goals this year. And he has it along the left side. Stamkos, wrist shot, save Brossois. Able to hold the short side post. Hedman in the final couple of seconds with a wrist shot blocked by McNabb. He clears it. So most of this power play for Tampa, the remaining 123, will come in the second period. Mark Stone, the goal for the Golden Knights. Offsetting the goal by Gabriel Fortier earlier in the period. It's 1-1.
Yeah, it was the early goal by Tampa, but after that, the Golden Knights took over the game. They had the majority of the chances here in the first, but that all said, it's tied at 1 and a big penalty kill to start the second for Vegas.
17-5, the shots for the Golden Knights in the first period. 1-1 after 20 at the Fortress tonight as we send it back upstairs. Here's Darren.
Last game before Christmas, and Andrei Vasilevsky is playing the role of Scrooge so far in this one. Domination by the Vegas Golden Knights, but last year's playoff MVP had an answer. Coming up in the first intermission, Ashley Weiss with a Golden Knight, and Gary Lawless discusses one of the league's hottest power plays. First intermission's next on AT&T Sportsnet.
And by CarShield. CarShield cars go farther. The Golden Knights and the Tampa Bay Lightning, the final game in the NHL before the holiday pause. And the Golden Knights and the Lightning locked up at 1 after that first period, Shane. For the most part, all Golden Knights in that opening frame, they had chance after chance on Andrei Vasilevsky in net.
Well, we talked about one of the keys being puck pursuit. They were quick on pucks, not only to create turnovers, but then off the rush. Turn plays around, put pucks at Vasilevsky. Great job. Support on the defensive side turns into transition the other way, something Golden Knights do so well, just managing it, and they need to continue to push pucks forwards, play with that speed, play with that pace to their game, because when they do, that's when they find success. Riley Smith led the way with 4 shots in that first period, including one late, short-handed, and it was a glove save by Vasilevsky. They'll start here with 1:23 remaining on that Tampa power play.
We'll take a look at our stats through the opening period. 17-5, the shots for the Golden Knights. The 5 shots allowed in the first ties a season low in the first period for the VGK. The 17 shots on Andrei Vasilevsky, also scored on the power play. And Shane mentioned Riley Smith with the 4 shots to lead the team. He had 2 shots total on the 4-game road trip. Both came against the Rangers. Mark Stone, the goal for Vegas. Offsetting the Gabriel Fortier goal for Tampa, his first in the NHL. So, period 2 underway and some carryover power play time for the Bolts. Andre Palat turns it up ice. And now Alex Killorn on the wing. Had a goal in the last game against Ottawa, just his second in 20 games, after he had 7 in the first 9 of the year for Tampa. Palat will wind it in. Puck around the boards. And Killorn plays it down a little further. Whitecloud has some time and space. He'll snap it over the head of Stamkos and all the way down the ice. Victor Hedman winds it up. Hedman coming in tonight with 7 points in his last 6. Now Radish plays it off, but an offside on Tampa Bay, and a whistle will stop play. Both of these teams, Shane, they did not have great starts to the year, but boy, have they more than rallied from them. And as you see, 2 of the hottest teams in the league and 2 first-place teams coming into tonight.
Yeah, and it's both veteran clubs that know what it takes to win. Different ways, with depth, without depth, and you can tell leading the way with comeback wins.
Off this face-off, here's Hedman with a big drive. Save Brossoit, the rebound put wide right through the crease by Alex Killorn. Stamkos' pass picked off and cleared by Nick Waugh. Victor Hedman revving it up through center. Now here's Corey Perry, the 36-year-old veteran for Anthony Cirelli. Hedman to the point with a wrist shot, tipped wide by Cirelli. Puck around the boards. Mikhail Sergachev just hopping on, but the penalty's up to Stevenson. The Lightning had 2 shots in the man advantage, which has come to an end. Perry centered it, and a save Brossoit on Cirelli. Stevenson with a steal. Here's Stone with the end mark. Stone gains the line, feeds Stevenson, cutting through. Back to Stone, score! Mark Stone, second of the game! Set up by Chandler Stevenson to give the Golden Knights the lead, 2-1.
Well, a big save by Laurent Brossoit right before. And then watch Stone just slow it down. Watch the extension of his stick. Hit Stevenson, and Stevenson, a great return pass. Went off the stick of Colton, got through, and Stone beats Vasilevsky 5-hole. And the Golden Knights grab their first lead of the game. Stone's 6th of the season as he has a pair tonight.
Great patience.
Just incredible his ability to slow it down, find Stevenson, and that speed that backs everybody off and creates the space that Stone talks about.
And at 1:41 of the second, Mark Stone with both goals for Vegas. Here's Pat Maroon. He'll backhand it, batted away by Braden McNabb. Now on his forehand, moves it off to Will Carrier. Back to McNabb again. Pass intended for a cutting Amadio, picked off by Foot. Perry gains the line. Squeezed off by Carrier, and Amadio chips it in. Foot back to get it. Puck loose on the wall, and Sergachev will play it around for Foot. Rink wide to Corey Perry. Pulls up inside the Vegas line. Knocked down by Dylan Coghlan. Trying to work it out along the wall. Sergachev does. Walks it out high. Now wrist shot and a save made by Brossoit. Killorn with a good chance. But Brossoit holds on to it.
Well, Brossoit made a great save right before this happens. Stone, speed, and you see Stevenson, he draws all 3 Lightning players to him, and that leaves Stone wide open right at the hash marks, and he finds a little room between the pads of Vasilevsky.
Mark Stone, the 21st 2-goal game of his career. Does not have a hat trick in the regular season. Had his first career hat trick in the playoffs in 2019 with the Golden Knights against San Jose. Joseph in deep. Carlson cuts him off. Hutton takes it. Banks it to Marchessault. Outlet pass on the money to Smith. Into the offensive zone. Trying to move it into the slot. Whitecloud bearing down on Joseph. He'll funnel it down a little further. Puck hit the referee. That allowed Bogosian to get to it. And now McDonough looking to move it out. Smith partially blocked it. A bouncing puck. Carlson settles it. Smith has it. Shot! And a save Vasilevsky. That trio at it again in the offensive zone. That's the 5th shot of the game for Riley Smith.
Well, great sticks when you don't have the puck. Watch the stick by Riley Smith. In the pass lane, creates the turnover, and Karlsson just sets him up to the left of Vasilevsky, and another shot by Riley Smith in this game. And the Golden Knights continue to throw everything they can at the Tampa netminder.
Stevenson, Stone, and Pacioretty back out. Hedman up the boards, back into to neutral ice, but not the skate of Palat. Now Sergachev moves it to Cirelli. Palat will gain the blue line. Swings to the boards, Hedman out high. Cirelli to Hedman. Across to Sergachev, that pass handcuffed him a bit. The Golden Knights on the move. Stevenson, Stone, Pacioretty, and McNabb joining the rush. Stone to the corner. Feeds it off towards Pacioretty. His wrist shot blocked by Hedman. And Sergachev with it now. Off to Palat. Victor Hedman will wind up, so the Lightning still without their 2 best players in Braden Point and Nikita Kucherov, both practicing with the team, though, on this trip. Point will be considered day-to-day after Christmas. They're hoping Kucherov can return sometime early in the new year. Of course, Nikita Kucherov missed all the regular season last year, then led the entire league in playoff scoring for the 2nd year in a row. As Brossoit takes care of the chance from the right wing side, and he'll hold on to it.
Well, you know, Tampa's one of those teams that has that ability, at least they've proved it now, to turn it up in the postseason. Certainly they understand what it takes to win, doing it back-to-back times. And right now, they haven't been able to grab hold of this game since the opening goal. Vegas has taken over.
Had a chuckle, Shane. Steven Stamkos said after their last game, a win over Ottawa, he said, we call ourselves the Tampa Find-A-Ways. Is finding different ways to win. He feels they're flying under the radar, which is said great for us. I don't know how you do that if you won back-to-back cups.
I think Darren Millard said it, but he said, I think they need a new radar. That one's broken if that's the case.
Every night, they are a marked team, the marked team in the NHL. McDonough plays it out. This will be an icing on the Lightning. And a face-off back in the Tampa Bay end of the ice. The Golden Knights, after that 1-4 start to their season, they've gone 19-7 to vault to the top of the Pacific and the West, to be in sole possession of the division and conference lead by tonight. At the end of play, face-off will be in the offensive end as Howden gets kicked out, so Matteo comes in. Bogosian taps it. Fortier looking to move it out. It was Theodore that lost his balance trying to play him. And Matteo went down as Radish was there for Tampa. Theodore for Matteo. He'll shoot it in down the boards. Vasilevsky cutting it off. And to move that to McDonough. Howden read it. Howden behind the net, or rather Matteo to Theodore. He let it fly, and that hit his own man Howden. Theodore's second chance. And Mav hit a Matteo.
Well, that one hit a Matteo, so got to get it by his own players.
Carrier better keep his head up. Go 3 for 3 on that line. There's Marchessault roaring in. Had to move it into the slot, gloved away by Bogosian. Karlsson gets it back. Here's Jonathan Marchessault, has some room, walking in, and a save, Vasilevsky. That caught him in the mask, which was designed to come right off. Marchessault snapped it on net.
Well, another play off a turnover. Great job by Karlsson. Just positions the puck. They know where each other are. Finds Marchessault, and you see Karlsson driving in front for a screen, and that catches Vasilevsky right on the chin of the mask. You can see the buckles just snap off on the back as the mask falls down to the ice. Look at the Toyota instant replay. So Vasilevsky will now get some work to that mask as he heads to the Tampa bench. I think they're going to use a timeout.
Yeah, I think they will, Shane. Yep. Brian Elliott, the backup for the Lightning. So, 14:24 to go in the second. Vegas up 1. into this game now. Andrei Vasilevsky left due to an equipment problem. Took that shot of the mask from Jonathan Marchessault. So Vasilevsky came back to the bench and appeared ready to come back into the game.
I think he may have caught his chin. Obviously, there would have been some impact and went to get checked out, and he's back out, but Elliott has to come in. We'll see if they wait for the first whistle, and we see Vasilevsky back.
We went to the commercial break a tad earlier than normal. Oh, Brian Elliott comes in, at least we would think briefly, and for Sergachev, smart play. Drop the puck. There has to be a stoppage to get one right away. And that's it. What was that? 3 seconds of game action for Brian Elliott.
Well, smart play by Sergachev trying to get the whistle. You got a cold goalie going in Elliott. And they'll quickly get the whistle, and back comes Vasilevsky to the net.
Counts as a game play, does it not, for Brian Elliott? 3 seconds.
That's longer than the 15 Laurent Brossoit had at the end of the game in New Jersey.
And another game played. Off this draw, White Cloud for Theodore. He'll feed it towards Vasilevsky, who got a piece of that. Sergachev up the board. Stamkos taps it to Cirelli. He'll break with Palat. 2-on-1 if they can hurry. Palat with Cirelli. Palat to Cirelli. And the pass wouldn't settle for him. Marchessault may have got a piece of him on the back check. Now Carlson just missed springing Smith. Foot feeds it off. Palat has it now. Marchessault retrieves it. Off to Smith. He'll backhand it out in front. That one off of Carlson, it looked like, and right by Marchessault. The Misfits have been buzzing all around it tonight, and here they come again. Carlson pulls up. His pass blocked. He'll feed it for White Cloud.
That was a real good defensive play by White Cloud. A quick 3-on-2 rush from Tampa. He was able to break up.
Stone, the late offside here on the Golden Knights. He'll make sure everyone gets back onside. Gives Jan Ruda some time and space. Now Matthew Joseph bumped down as he ran in the Stone. Pacioretty has the puck roll away from him. Bearing down on Hedman, though. Stone flings it on net. Vasilevsky able to handle it. Now Stone, who has both Vegas goals. His pass to Waddle-Reach of Dylan Coghlan. Goes all the way down to Laurent Brossoit. Laurent Brossoit sitting at a half dozen wins this year, equaling his win total each of the last 2 years with Winnipeg. His career high was 13 with the Jets back in the 18-19 season. Victor Hedman. Up ahead now to Joseph, went off his skate, and here's Will Carrier. Banks it in, chasing after it. Loose puck out in front of Matteo, stopped by Vasilevsky. Matteo set up point blank by Brett Howden. Here comes Matteo again. Into the zone. Miromanov for the wrist shot, and he missed the net. Miromanov gets it back. His shot, save Vasilevsky. Matteo looking to center it, and Nash blocked it. And then Carrier put it on net. Vasilevsky got a pat on that one. The Golden Knights continue to buzz in the offensive end.
Well, they just continue to put everything they can at the net. And Matteo, a couple of great chances. Had a shot point blank, then a little deflection, then an attempt on the wraparound.
Scoring chances are 21-9 for Vegas. Here's Waugh! Score! What a move by Nick Waugh! His sixth of the season, and the Golden Knights are up by 2.
Well, you wonder how he'll follow up that shootout winning goal against the Islanders. How about a move like this? Nick Waugh, great transition again from Vegas, and it's a 1-on-3, a little inside move around Hedman, and then Waugh goes upstairs on Vasilevsky. What of a goal, as Waugh's 6th of the year. That ties the career high in goals and points. He scores the beauty here to give the Golden Knights the 3-1 lead.
And not for nothing, Victor Hedman was one of the players he went by.
That's exactly who he walked by.
Are we going to have maybe a challenge? No, there was a quick conversation to the bench.
I think it was just a quick conversation. They'll play on here or drop the puck.
Well, Nick Waugh, his 6th. And the Golden Knights have added to the lead. Here's Corey Perry with a wrist shot, blocked away by Braden McNabb. Waugh turns it up ice, leaned on by Belmar. And now it's loose to Janmark. He'll backhand it down. This will be an icing call on the Golden Knights. What a beautiful move and a highlight reel goal for Nick Waugh to make it 3-1.
Oh, just a tremendous play, and you have to believe his confidence, maybe the highest it's been right now. As there's a look as he ties a career high in goals. That's just a great little move, all by himself, outside, little drag inside, and walks around Victor Hedman, and that's what he said, Dave. Not just any defenseman. It's not only the move, then able to beat pretty good goaltender in Vasilevsky.
Well, the Golden Knights, they've carried over what was a terrific first period into a terrific second period. Scoring twice to build their first 2-goal lead of the night. Palat wristing it down, went off the foot of Stamkos. And Stamkos kind of laboring a little bit as the play heads up the ice. Waugh with Kolasar. Waugh looking. What a Kolasar! And it didn't connect. Sergachev got a piece of the pass. Icing on Tampa. The Golden Knights were looking for more.
Well, another great chance, an odd man rush for the Golden Knights. As Waugh trying to find Kolasar and Sergachev, a great defensive play. As he reads it, able to get his backhand and take away that backdoor play to Keegan Kolasar. Keegan Kolasar trying to find his second. Has been 13 games without a goal.
Karlsson kicked out of this faceoff. William Karlsson, his 300th game as a member of the Golden Knights. Bogosian wanted the face-off. He'll get it. He played it right to Vasilevsky. And Lightning wanted to get wholesale changes here. 5 off, 5 on. Face-off in the Tampa Bay end of the rink.
Well, certainly one of the conversations this morning, Dave, and they were asking the Golden Knights, you know, you've been rolling, 5 in a row. Do you want to keep playing? You don't want to break? And, you know, a lot of them said, yeah, you can. It's over rest, and you wonder if the Lightning, who, you know, maybe too long of a break here, and Vegas has been able to just continue down that path the way they've been playing lately.
Off this draw, Smith leaned on by Foot. And the Lightning got to Vegas on Sunday. Miramenov wristing it wide. Said they were supposed to play in Colorado Saturday. Game got postponed. Marchessault looking. Out high Miramenov. He'll throw it to the corner. And the Lightning was supposed to wrap up what was going to be a 3-game swing out west Thursday in Arizona. That's postponed as well. Face off here in the Tampa zone. The Golden Knights have outshot the Lightning 7-0 over the last 5 minutes. Andrei Vasilevsky's been under siege all night long.
Yeah, well, 2 goals by Mark Stone, and right now, Matthias Janmark is coming out for a shift with Pacioretty and Stevenson, as I don't see Stone on the Vegas bench.
And it'll be Stevenson and Colton on this draw. Ross Colton's had difficulty finding the net for Tampa. No goals in his last 10. That had the only goal in their game 5, 1-0 clincher against Montreal as Miramenov's wrist shot is handled by Vasilevsky. So 10:24 to go in the period. And we mentioned, Shane, neither of these teams had real inspiring starts to the year, right? With Tampa Bay and Vegas, you look at the teams who were in the Final Four last year, but they have more than been able to recover. Not so much for the Islanders and the Canadiens.
I was going to say, 2 teams look like they turned it around. 2 certainly haven't.
Well, the Golden Knights up to 20 wins right now. They lead the West in that category. If they can get just a point out of this game tonight, they would lead the Pacific and lead the conference in points at the holiday break. Up ahead here is Janmark with Pacioretty into the corner. Pacioretty takes a little bump from Cale Foote. He'll play it out. Cale Foote, first-round pick for the Lightning in 2017. Younger brother Nolan was also a first-round pick for Tampa in 2019. Hunting into the offensive zone, and he'll backhand it in deep. And his brother ended up going to New Jersey in the deal that sent Blake Coleman for the Lightning a couple of years ago. Jan Rutta starts it out. He'll feed it in down the wall. He'll pass the halfway point of the game at a fortress tonight. Belmar on the right side. Watched by Carrier. Now pass to Perry, get deflected, went over the stick of Sergachev, and he'll have to get back inside his own end. Pat Maroon sends it in. No players won 4 straight cups since members of that Islander dynasty in the early 80s. Pat Maroon's got 3 straight cup rings entering this year. Here's Perry out top, Hedman a long drive. Whistle that wide left. Perry will filter it down. Maroon in behind the net, being watched closely by Dylan Coughlin. And Bogosian with a drive. That got deflected. Perry a backhand. Brossois was there to get a piece of it. What a chance for Corey Perry. Outside of the Tampa goal earlier tonight, the scoring chances for the Lightning have been few and far between. But Perry point blank denied by Brossois.
Yeah, pretty quiet evening for Brossois. Those are tough games for goaltenders.
There's Smith dashing in, and he got pushed down to the top of the crease before he could shoot it. Bogosian got a piece of him. Icing on the Lightning with 8:07 to go in the period.
Riley Smith's had a heck of a game here. Another good chance for him cutting the net, but earlier it was a chance for the Lightning. The shot from the point deflects, goes right to the side of net to Perry, and he just chips it wide with the backhand, trying to make that puck settle down, took it off the skate. Then Brossois diving back, that went off the outside of the post.
And Laurent Brossois only faced 9 shots all night. His counterpart of the other end, Andrei Vasilevsky's faced 27. Steven Stamkos trying to settle the bouncing puck. Shea Theodore batted it away. Here's Smith across. And Theodore will settle it down inside his own end. White Cloud up to Marchessault, went off his skate. Smith runs it down the wall, taken away by Foot. Now Hedman back to Foot again. High lob to neutral ice. These teams won't do it again until late January on the west coast of Florida. It'll be part of a 4-game trip for the Golden Knights. Washington, Carolina, Florida, and Tampa. McDonough with a wrist shot deflected to the corner by Stamkos. And now Whitecloud to center ice. He'll dump it in. Golden Knights in search of their 6th consecutive win and 9 of 10. Pacioretty flung down by McDonough. Stevenson to Miromanov. Back to Stevenson. Miromanov shot and he missed it. Not by much. Tried to go low, glove side on Vasilevsky. It's been over 9 minutes for the Lightning without a shot on net. Stevenson into the offensive zone, drops it back, and Hutton's shot blocked. Well, that may have stung Cal Foot. Can't get off the ice, though. The Golden Knights come right back in his direction. Now he'll get off. Miromanov back to get it, zips it up ahead of Max Pacioretty with Kolasar rushing towards the net and Stevenson, but the pass didn't click with Stevenson. Joseph feeds it in. Miromanov back to get it. Daniil Miromanov, 3 games for the VGK in late October. 15 points in 19 games with the Henderson Silver Knights this year. Sergachev winding his way through. Now Killorn, a wrist shot blocked over the net. McNabb trying to chase it down with Ruda pinching in on him. We're inside 6 minutes to go in the second. Will Carrier racing after it with Ruda. Carrier down the wall, pulls up, looking for a trailer. McNabb! And his shot blocked over the net by Sergachev. What a goal by Nick Waugh earlier in this period. Walked right by Victor Hedman to give Vegas a 3-1 lead.
Here's a big reason why. Brayden McNabb, one of 6 original misfits left. One of only 2 players in the NHL with more than 700 hits and more than 500 blocks since 2017, and 2nd in the NHL in blocks this season. Alex Pietrangelo was asked about him a couple weeks ago. He said the most valuable thing about him is that he plays the hard minutes, the penalty killing, the blocking shots, facing the toughest players in the NHL, and that allows guys like Alex Pietrangelo and Shea Theodore to get creative offensively whenever they're out there. He even took it as far as to call Brayden McNabb the perfect teammate. If only the 2 of you could be that nice to each other, guys.
That's probably not going to happen. Even in the holiday spirit, no. But there's hope for the new year. Maybe Shane will be nicer to me in 2022.
Did you not see my sweater? And my Christmas sweater, it's the Grinch, it's the mean one.
Very appropriate. There's no question about that. Here's Ruda. Up ahead to Stamkos. Palat driving wide, throws it on net. Brossois handles it. With 5:26 to go in the period. So, Shane, let's.
Oh, you guys want to see it now?
Look at this here.
Well, I got to look a little respectable down here.
You're between the benches.
Just for you, yes. Just for you. I think Darren Millard agreed with it as well.
Oh yeah, he would agree with that.
Oh, I'm cheerier during the holidays.
Okay, yeah. We'll see. We're in the holidays now. Like Thanksgiving through Christmas, New Year. You've been okay.
Well,
but Christmas is on the horizon.
People would understand if they worked with you too.
I'm not saying I blame you. Here's Kolasar. Watched by Sergachev. The Golden Knights scored the last 3 goals of this game. 2 for Mark Stone, 1 for Nick Waugh. Gabriel Fortier hit his first in the NHL to open the scoring tonight. And the puck snapped into the Tampa Bay zone. Arruda back to get it. Carrier with the body on him. Waugh feeds it down to Carrier, and Ian Arruda still involved in the corner. Now here's Killorn. Inside 5 minutes to go in the second. Ross Colton to the Vegas line. Cirelli sends it across. Theodore banks it. Pacioretty's kind of lost it in his skates before he could get moving. And McDonough feeds it off for Foot. Up ahead to Joseph, who sends it in. Brossois moves it off. White Cloud up the wall. And Matteo pressured a little bit by McDonough. And Theodore up ahead. Pacioretty tips it into the corner. First one in to get it. Snaps it out in front. Howden lost it as he tried to stick handle his way down the middle. Now McNabb will bank it to Howden. And he'll send it in. Stamkos. And to move it off to McDonough. Marchessault in the forecheck. Rolls back out high. He'll throw it down low. Save Vasilevsky. Amadio trying to get to the rebound. Played it back to the line, but just out of the reach of Braden McNabb.
Well, Amadeo's had a few chances. Vasilevsky able to fight that Marchessault shot off through some traffic.
Bogosian feeds it up the boards, and here is Pat Maroon. He'll dump it to the corner. Now in behind the net. Coughlin with Perry. Marchessault comes away with it. Little feed up to William Karlsson. Pass out of the reach of Coughlin, so Hedman will gun it back in. Shots are 28-10 for Vegas and an offside on the Lightning. And play a stop. But the Golden Knights up 2 at the Fortress. On the center ice dot where the Golden Knights are leading the Tampa Bay Lightning 3-1. Romanoff flipping it down ice. Hedman ahead of Kolasar. And now Belmar. He'll backhand it out. Bouncing puck to Maroon. Steers it in. 36-year-old Corey Perry on the forecheck. And it's Ben Hutton. Maroon will send it down to Perry. Perry behind the Vegas net. And a feed it out to Belmar, and he scores. Nice pass. Corey Perry to Pierre-Edouard Belmar. And the Lightning have cut the lead to 1.
Oh, the former Golden Knight gets a great play from the veteran Corey Perry. Too much time behind the net, and he threads that between the skates of Waugh right to a wide open Belmar. You can see all 5 Golden Knights, just that little soft area Belmar finds, and he beats Brossois. And the Tampa Bay Lightning climb back to within 1 despite being outshot by 28-10 at this point. And it's a 50th career goal for Pierre-Edouard Belmar.
And 3rd of this season. Pretty good against his old club. 5 goals in 11 games now against Vegas. Of course, the last 2 years with Colorado. We're signing a 2-year deal to go to Tampa. And Stevenson taking Cirelli to the back glass. McDonough's shot blocked. Now Killorn. Pass picked off by Pacioretty. Stevenson patiently waiting along the wall, and a double team by Killorn and Cirelli. Cirelli takes it away. Bogosian to the blue line. McDonough feeds it off to Colton. He'll shovel it around behind the net. Killorn banks it out for Bogosian. And now Killorn, a wrist shot block. Cirelli a backhand, and he scores! And the Lightning, with 2 quick goals, 43 seconds apart, have tied the game.
All pressure, momentum shift. And we talked about it coming in. Both these teams have found ways to win different ways, and they both know how to come from behind. And there's a little shot, gets lost in some traffic as Killorn puts it to the net. It goes off Cirelli, off McNabb, and right back to Cirelli. By the time Brossoit picks it up, Cirelli has room with the backhand as he ties this game at 3. Cirelli's 9th of the season.
Equaling his output from last year in the regular year for Tampa. All of a sudden, a brand new game. The Golden Knights have controlled the game throughout, but now it's tied. 3 goals on 12 shots for the Lightning. Smith to Marchessault. He'll backhand it out. He had Bellemare with his 3rd at 17:07, and then Cirelli his 9th. 43 seconds after that. Bellemare will feed it off for Sergachev. Into the offensive zone. Perry on the walls. Theodore able to clear it out. Well, it's a Lightning team that has obviously proven over the last couple of years are able to win games in all different fashions. Maroon in tight with a shot and a save. Brossoit. He'll hold it. 1:06 to go in the period, and now this from Knock the Injury Law.
Focus on the facts when picking a lawyer. Call Knock-Fee at 702-INJURED.
Pat Maroon, pretty good chance in tight, looking to give Tampa Bay the lead.
And another play by Corey Perry from behind the net.
As a battle-tested Tampa Bay team knows how to win. They've been on the ropes all night, but found a way to tie the game. Pacioretty's pass didn't click with Stevenson. Now Janmark in deep. And the puck back to the Vegas end, and an icing on Tampa Bay will stop play.
I'll see if the Golden Knights able to respond to this coming out of this period. As you said, pretty much had it in control, but the Lightning off that first goal, Perry to Bellemare able to get some momentum, grab hold of it, and a couple of quick strikes to tie this game at 3.
And we have not seen Mark Stone on the ice for a while for Vegas. Janmark was out on that last shift, taking his spot on the line with Stevenson and Pacioretty.
Pretty much since he scored that second goal of the game here for Vegas.
Theodore feeds it. Waugh with a chance, and that's blocked out of play. 36.2 to go in the period. As that got deflected up into the protective netting.
And I said with Stone, that shuffles things around. Is a little collision there that opened up. Waugh, you could hear the Tampa bench looking for a penalty as Theodore sets up Nick Waugh, but that's deflected up and out of play. And little Carey and Sergachev in a battle. Carey, certainly, I wonder if that may have been contact in front with Vasilevsky.
Yeah, Mark Stone's last shift came 6:24 into the second period. He has not been on the ice since. Bellemare at center. And that hits somebody on the Tampa bench. That'll lead to a whistle with 27.5 to go. It's, you know, the ability of a championship team, Shane, right, to just, you know, you hang on some nights when you have to, as Tampa Bay's done tonight, and all of a sudden they find a way to tie the game.
Well, they've been able to fight back for their goaltender. Vasilevsky's been incredible in this game. He's been under siege for a lot, big part of it, long stretches. Golden Knights played really well, but you know, you can't take your foot off the gas at all against a team like Tampa that has that confidence and that understanding how to come back and how to continue to fight to the end.
Whitecloud feeds it. McDonough keeps it in. He'll whip it wide right. Time ticking away, the final 10 seconds of the period. Colasar off to Waugh, one-on-one against Bogosian. Waugh pulls up with 3 seconds. Here's Whitecloud off to Theodore, and he missed the net, and that'll do it. In the second period of play, the Golden Knights built a 3-1 lead, only to see Tampa come back and tie it before the period was out.
No, you still have to like the way the Golden Knights play. If they can play them like they did the majority of that second period outside of maybe 2-minute play, they can do that in the third. They should come away with a victory. As this game locked up after 40 minutes.
Yeah, the Lightning scoring on consecutive shots to make it 3-2 and then 3-3. And that's where we are after 40 minutes at the Fortress tonight as we head back upstairs to top section 117. Here's Darren.
Dave, Vegas scores 3 goals in a game for the 11th consecutive time, but they'll have to add a 4th if they're going to separate themselves from the resilient Tampa Bay Lightning. Coming up, Santa Gary with a Christmas edition of Lawless in Order. Gifts coming up for General Manager Kelly McCrimmon, Jack Eichel, and you the fans. Second intermission's next.
Chevrolet. Inside the Fortress, the final game of the NHL before the holiday break. It's been a good one between the Golden Knights and the Lightning, locked up in a 3-3 tie as we head to the third period. Shane, the Golden Knights have controlled most of this game, but taking on a Tampa Bay team with that championship pedigree, they fought their way back to tie it.
Yeah, you just know they weren't going to go away, and it's been a great game. This is what we expected. The Golden Knights played the way they wanted, even in that second period, just offensively, off the rush, so good. The goal is Stone said Stevenson, he returns the favor. That was Stone's second of the night. And the Golden Knights just continue to press after that. Pucks to the net, puck recovery off rebounds. Vasilevsky, tough to beat him on that first shot. You need to find the second and third opportunities. Amadio, deflection, wraparound play, trying to dig for that puck, and then a great play. Theodore finds Waugh. What a move to the inside, fakes that shot, cuts in, and a great finish on that goal. The Golden Knights tied at 3 here after 40.
Shots are 28-13 for the Golden Knights. They've more than doubled up the Lightning in the shots on goal category. Scored on the only power play of the game earlier on a goal from Mark Stone. Said Nick Waugh was just a beautiful goal to give the Golden Knights at that point a 3-1 lead, but that lead is evaporated since then. And we mentioned Golden Knights captain Mark Stone has only played 7:47 in this game and not on the bench to begin the third period. Killorn's wrist shot from a sharp angle, handled by Brossois. Stone with 2 goals, Nick Waugh with the other. Bogosian let it rip, and Brossois turned that away as well. Vegas this year, when scoring 3, 17-1-2. I beg your pardon, Tampa. Golden Knights in all of their wins this year, they've scored at least 3 in all 20 of their victories. And here's Colton with a wrist shot, and Brossois will handle that. So he'll hold for the face-off. We'll take a look at our drive to the finish, brought to you by Subaru of Las Vegas.
Oh, play fast and finish. I think that's been part of the success for the Golden Knights tonight, is their ability to play with speed, their quickness on pucks, create turnovers, and then transition into the rush. They just need to find a way to finish here on Vasilevsky.
Vasilevsky's been terrific. The Golden Knights lead the league in goals in the third period with 42. Sergachev wristing it towards the net. That hit Whitecloud up high. McNabb flips it out. Pacioretty. So as we saw in the second period, Matthias Janmark jumping in Mark Stone's spot on this line with Stevenson and Pacioretty. That lead pass didn't click with Stamkos with a wave the icing. McNabb back to get it. Up ahead of Stevenson. Pacioretty had to trickle away from him, and Joseph will send it in for Tampa. Stevenson banks it up ahead for Matthias Janmark. Janmark no goals in his last 9. Puck loose and Janmark gets it back. Now McNabb from the red line will wire it in. Maroon banks it for Hedman. Off out of Bogosian and up ahead it's Corey Perry. Maroon through center. Driving down the left side against Dylan Coghlan, who rides him to the back glass. Hutton up ahead. Kolasar trying to protect the puck against Belmar. Kolasar gets it back, little short feed to Waugh. Belmar picked it off him though. Maroon from his knees plays it back. Bogosian let it rip, and that's blocked away by Kolasar. Kolasar will bank it out. It's been just one power play for each team in this game. Jay Theodore inside his own end. Snaps it up ahead. Michael Amadio trying to split the defense. Drops it back to Waugh. Puck pinballs around to the corner to Riley Nash, but a penalty here on Tampa. Going to be an elbow on Ruda.
Yeah, Amadio took a shot to the head as he was trying to play that puck.
But number 44, 2 minutes for elbowing.
Ruda the penalty box for Tampa. Well, here's a look, see Amadio, and there's the elbow. Clearly comes up and catches right in the face. So the Golden Knights 1 for 1 on the power play. We were just talking, each team's only had 1. This will be the second for Vegas.
Golden Knights in search of their first shot of the period. And the puck fired off the glass all the way down by Ryan McDonough. Golden Knights with a power play goal earlier tonight from Mark Stone. They've had their best month of the season on the man advantage at 10 for 30. Here's Carlson driving into the corner, drops it back for Shea Theodore. Couple of steps to his right, a rush shot blocked in front. Puck loose, and Cirelli can't clear. Theodore gloves it down. Around to Marchessault. Drifting into the corner. Theodore out top, walks the line to his left. Carlson, Theodore, one-timer, turn, rebound, stopped in front. Waugh had the chance, but it would not go.
Now Theodore, that good shot from the point. I think McDonough may have made a big save there for Tampa.
Well, Waugh had some room after Vasilevsky made the initial save on Theodore. Janmark leaves it off for Stevenson, but when he got their signals crossed a little bit. Revving it up is Chandler Stevenson. Pass to Kolasar, that didn't click. 40 seconds on the power play for Vegas. They're having trouble now getting it set up in the offensive zone. Generating some speed is Stevenson. And that pass didn't connect with Pacioretty. 26 seconds left now.
Well, the best chance coming a little earlier. The other unit, they're shot by Theodore. The puck is trying to get to it. Waugh and Smith and McDonough. They have hopped over everybody's stick. Both Waugh and Smith couldn't get it. McDonough's the one that's able to clear it out of danger. Oh, Knights very close to re-grabbing the lead.
Off this draw, the puck loose, and McDonough will fling it down the ice. Lightning have been one of the better road teams in the league at 9-3-2, tied for the fewest regulation road losses in the NHL. Fought their way back from a 3-1 deficit in this game. McDonough around the boards, but not out. Pacioretty in the dying seconds of the power play. Coghlan forced to center by Killorn. So first half of the power play for the Golden Knights was pretty dangerous. A couple of real good chances, and Coghlan just airmailed it into the seats. So face off here in the neutral zone, and now this from Knock the Injury Law.
Focus on the facts when picking a lawyer. Call Knock Fee at 702-INJURED.
Look at Dylan Coghlan. Put up some offense for the Golden Knights lately. 7 points in his last 10. Well, 9 of those 10 have all come. 9 of those 10 points all fairly recently for him. Whitecloud will fire it in. Pete DeBoer did say this morning, encouraging news on Alec Martinez. Hoping he'll be able to start skating with the team again after the holiday break. And he has been out a while ever since taking that skate to the face. Carrier and Hedman. Carrier banks it out. Whitecloud with a shot. That dropped Palat. Theodore centered it. And Amadio in front, but Vasilevsky will cover it up.
Oh, Michael Amadio, another puck right to his stick in front, and Theodore able to get this pass through kind of before he could corral the puck, bounced off and rolled right to Vasilevsky before he could get this shot away. He's had a couple of good looks. You look at some of the Golden Knights that have been all around it. Riley Smith, Michael Amadio.
Offensive zone draw. A misfit line out there for Vegas. Marchessault will come in to take it against Belmar. And Belmar wins it back to the corner. McDonough under some heat from Smith. Marchessault feeds it. Hutton walks it. His shot. And a blocker save by Vasilevsky. Puck at center ice. Belmar flips it to Maroon. He'll tap it in. Just joining us, the Golden Knights without their top defense pair in this game. Alex Pietrangelo on the COVID list. Nick Hague out injured. Evgeny Dadonov joining Pietrangelo COVID protocol. Robin Leonard injured. Not able to dress tonight. Marchessault. Now Smith in behind the net. Puck loose. Smith trying to settle it behind the cage. Marchessault swings in to give him a little help, but it's Smith leaned on by Perry. And the puck up ahead for Belmar. Now Maroon will softly send it in. Now the last game for Alec Martinez, you have to go back 11th of November against Minnesota. He's been out ever since. Pacioretty broken up in the neutral zone. And of course the Lightning in this game without their head coach and John Cooper. In COVID protocol as well. Stevenson to the net, a backhand, and what a stop by Vasilevsky. Chandler Stevenson shot out of a cannon, broke to the net.
There's such dangerous speed. You're starting to see it more and more, and the league's taking notice of how fast he is. And a great little move to break free.
Vasilevsky shut it down. Ruda moves it. Radish looking to chip it out, held in by Theodore and then Pacioretty. Theodore pokes it to Matthias Janmark. Broken up though by Fortier. And Radish will send it in. 7 minutes have ticked away in the third. 3-3 the score. Whitecloud maneuvering to the red line. Now Foot back to get it. Battle for it in the corner. Kolasar trying to chip it down towards Carrier. He's taken down by Hedman. Here's Waugh. Killorn will take it back. And the Lightning on the move. Palat leaves it. Cirelli racing in. Head shot and he missed it. Anthony Cirelli, who tied the game in the second, tried to go high glove. Foot centered it. And Killorn put it off the outside of the net. And a high stick of the puck will stop play. 12:21 to go in the third. What a chance for Chandler Stevenson in alone on Andrei Vasilevsky. By your Southern Nevada Chevy dealers.
Oh, take a look at the Tampa goaltender, Andrei Vasilevsky. He's been terrific in goal for the Lightning tonight. Vegas 32 shots, 29 saves. Even one off the chin. He had to leave for 3 seconds. And the biggest one coming off that last one is Chandler Stevenson broke in all alone.
Andrei Vasilevsky faced 32 shots. Yeah, the Golden Knights have doubled it up on Tampa, 32-16, including 17-5 in the first period alone. Marchessault and Smith break up the ice. Marchessault coming towards the net. Stamkos with a back check. Got a piece of him. Now a loose puck to Joseph. Hedman will start it out. Flips it up ahead, hit Joseph in the leg. Palat has it now. Stamkos down the wing. Through 2 periods, the Golden Knights had limited Stamkos to 1 shot on net, but now it's a hooking call against Vegas. And the Lightning to power play number 2 as Marchessault goes off.
And I got the stick up on Stamkos. Not sure it was aided at all, but it certainly looked like a hook from this angle. As
Vegas 81, 2 minutes for hooking.
Stamkos just trying to come in here. Here's Marchessault's stick. So he gets the stick right up into the hands of Stamkos. So the Tampa's second power play of the game. 0 for 1 on the first attempt.
Lightning have gone over 7 minutes without a shot. On the power play for the second time tonight. In a 3-3 game, Cirelli down low, Radish centered it, Maroon ticking away. He hits the deck, and that allows Janmark to clear it. Sergachev for Cirelli. Maroon down the wall, pass it in the middle, made it through to Corey Perry. Drops it off, Mikhail Sergachev. Now Cirelli, pass blocked by the skate of Whitecloud. Stevenson and Janmark, Whitecloud and McNabb, the penalty killers for Vegas. Sergachev to Colton, into the middle, Maroon, a backhand, save Brossoit! And the rebound cleared as Maroon wanted the penalty on his stick, broke. I think the referee was saying it was a stick lift and not a slash.
Well, it's a big save by Brossoit. A great chance for Maroon.
Now here's Radish. He'll start it out. Dumps it in deep. He and Whitecloud behind the net. And the puck jumps the glass for a whistle.
Oh, good chance for the Lightning as they just move this puck around. A good play right to the inside. Maroon just pulls it away from the stick, and there's the backhand. The backhand by Maroon. And you can see, good call by the ref. McNabb just a stick lift, and Maroon's stick broke on that play.
Carlson and Smith come out now on the penalty kill. Whitecloud and McNabb will stay. Hedman gains the line. Now Palat. Hedman into the corner, jams it around the wall. The Stamkos. Wah strips him of the puck, and he'll flip it all the way down. Down to the final 30 seconds of the Tampa Bay power play. Radish for Palat. Snaps it across to Alex Killorn. And he'll bank it now to Victor Hedman. Palat to Hedman. And Killorn behind the Vegas net. Stamkos on the wall. Killorn feeds it off to Palat. Hedman straight away to Stamkos to let it fly, and he scores! It broke off for Brossoit. And Steven Stamkos, with 4 seconds left on the power play, gives Tampa Bay the lead.
Oh, what a shot by Steven Stamkos. And we get to see it from Max Pacioretty, but Stamkos, like Ovechkin, from the spot, so good. That is upstairs, short side, perfectly placed. His 14th of the season, 6th on the power play. And he gives the Lightning the 4-3 lead. What a shot.
Well, the Golden Knights were almost out of the woods. With 4 seconds left to kill on the Marchessault penalty. Steven Stamkos from his wheelhouse in that left side power play. And at 10:13, the Lightning are up 4-3, so each team's had a power play in the third. The Golden Knights could not cash in on theirs. The Lightning were able to rip home the go-ahead goal. And here is Ben Hutton walking in. He's going to go back door to Janmark, but that's blocked. Perry the other way. So 3 straight goals for Tampa after the Golden Knights had scored 3 consecutive goals. And it's their captain, Steven Stamkos. And his second shot of the game to make it 4-3. His team the lead. Look at active players. Number 3 all time for Tampa Bay. And you mentioned earlier, Shane really came into the season in terrific shape, committed, back-to-back cups, and he's really carried so much of the load for them with Braden Point and Nikita Kucherov out injured.
Well, he really has. You look at those numbers creeping up. You expect him. He'll hit the 500-point mark. He'll hit the 1,000-point mark. Just an incredible player that, went through a couple of years of some bad injuries, but able to fight back to top form.
Well, he and the Lightning back on top again. Their first lead since they were up 1-0 back in the first period. Vegas went up 3-1. Well, the Lightning with 3 straight goals since, including 2 in 43 seconds in the second period. McDonough's wrist shot blocked by Hutton. Amadio feeds it out. Carrier to the red line. Fired that in. It went off McDonough. Bogosian will play it around the boards. There's Carlson with a steal. White Cloud out top of the rush shot. Save made by Vasilevsky, and he'll cover it. Well, you think too, Shane, about the breakaway chance Chandler Stevenson had earlier in this period when the game was still tied.
Yeah, there's been numerous chances, and that was one of the best. Here's another one through traffic, and you just see Vasilevsky. His ability to track that puck. There's a bunch of bodies in front, and watch the rebound control. Stay off that pad. That doesn't kick out anywhere.
Andrei Vasilevsky looking for what would be his league-leading 17th win. Off the draw, Stamkos will start it out. I mentioned he missed time a couple of years ago with that core injury. This time with blood clots a couple of years ago. Broke his leg a few years back. Maybe a lot closer to those 1,000 points, if not surpassing it. Were it not for lengthy absences in the lineup. There's Marchessault at center, trying to shovel it by Hedman, who blocks it. And played the 2 minutes and 47 seconds Stamkos did in game 3 of the final in the bubble. Scored on what was his only shot of the game. A huge inspiration for the Lightning on their way to knocking off Dallas to win the Cup in 2020. And then went back-to-back, knocking off Montreal last year. Here's Foote. Maroon swings it down to Perry. Poke checked away by Carlson. Let's see if the Golden Knights have another push in them. They've controlled this game for large stretches. Here's Smith's shot, and a save Vasilevsky.
Well, Riley Smith again, a good little shot too, as he just brought it. A quick release, trying to fool Vasilevsky to the far side.
Game high 6 shot on net for Smith. Janmark fans on it. Ridden to the corner by Nash. Now Maroon will shovel it out. Pacioretty broken up at the blue line. And Theodore has it. Had his stick explode on him. Now Brossoit will lay it off for Pacioretty in the corner. Zips it up the wing to Janmark. Golden Knights captain Mark Stone with 2 goals in this game, but left the game due to injury. About 6.5 minutes into the second period. Icing on the Golden Knights will stop play with 6:20 to go. We'll take a look at tonight's Taco Bell Take game summary. So the Golden Knights have controlled large portions of this game. Mark Stone, 2 of the 3 Vegas goals. Gabriel Fortier, his first ever in the NHL. The Vegas power play continues to be hot, but it was a power play goal by Steven Stamkos here in the third period that has given Tampa Bay the lead. Cirelli kicked out. Colton comes in against Stevenson. Killorn out high, trying to stick handle his way free. Theodore gets it back. Janmark at center, and now Pacioretty deflects it in. If things go okay during the holiday break, the Golden Knights will be back on home ice against Colorado on the 27th of December. They're the first of a back-to-back. They go to LA on the 28th, but we'll see how things go over the next few days. Nothing for Tampa after tonight until the 28th. They're scheduled to host Montreal. A whistle here after the icing against Tampa inside the final 6 minutes.
Yeah, a lot unknown moving forward here for Pete DeBoer and the Golden Knights. And that have to deal a little more as few guys out this morning, Alex Pietrangelo, Nick Hague, Kenny Dodonov, Robin Leonard, and not much of his captain, although Mark Stone has provided 2 goals in this game in his short playing time.
Off this draw, Coghlan let it fly, and that stung Colton. And a hobble to the bench, not able to put any pressure on that left leg. Colasar, now Waugh behind the net. He'll feed it to Theodore at the point, and a shake Palat walks into the circle. Theodore looking, a backhand, and a save Vasilevsky. Edmund in the corner, and he'll use the glass to clear.
Great play by Shea Theodore off the blue line.
Nick Waugh. Chandler Stevenson streaking in, his shot, and he missed it, trying to go upstairs short side. Zach Whitecloud inside the final 5 minutes. Lobs it into Tampa Bay end where McDonough gloves it. Here's Bogosian starting it out. At the red line, he'll wire it around the boards. Stevenson banks it for Whitecloud. And here's Hutton. Houghton turns back. Lightning have not had a shot in the last 5 minutes, but the last one was a big one. It was the goal from Steven Stamkos. Shots are 36-18 for Vegas. Well, the Golden Knights are down 1. Hutton guns it in. Carlson in behind the net. Whitecloud to Hutton. Down the boards for Marchessault. Smith swallowed up by Hedman and Radish. Hedman will start it out. And now Cirelli to Hedman. Pass intended for Radish, got tipped away. Hedman jams it down to Radish, squeezed off by Hedman. Now looking to center it is Killorn. Hutton there in the coverage, and then Killorn took Hutton's feet out. First shot from Sergachev, taken care of by Brossoit. Hutton comes over with a brief word for Killorn. Doesn't want to take a penalty at this stage of the game, but Killorn just took his legs out.
To win the last couple, but they'll need another late goal tonight to extend the winning streak to 6. Coming up in the Findlay Automotive Group post-game show, we'll talk about the result and also get you an update on Mark Stone. Bring it home, here's Dave.
All right, Darren, thanks so much. Yeah, the Golden Knights need one to tie.
I understand a little upset about that last non-call over by the Golden Knights bench.
Understandably so. I don't know how it wasn't a penalty. Killorn just took the feet out of Ben Hutton, but they'll play on. Joseph and a drive wide on Whitecloud. They both pull up. Theodore now. 3 has been the magic number for the Golden Knights this year. They've scored at least 3 in all 20 of their wins. Down by 1 now. Stamkos in front, robbed by Brossoit. That could be a huge save by Brossoit on Stamkos.
Well, I didn't get much on it. Palat does a good job in for support, and Stamkos, that shot may have been going wide as Theodore got back in time. His stick, good position to help deflect that Stamkos attempt wide. It hit Whitecloud, and Brossoit able to cover up.
And Brossoit had a little help in front of him. Offensive zone draw, and the Lightning able to control it. Maroon behind the net. Leaves it off for Perry. And now back to Maroon again, trying to feed it out in front. And it went right by Perry, back door. Belmar keeps it in. 3 minutes even to go in the third. It's 4-3 Lightning. McDonough inside his own end. Shovels it up the wing, and that went out of play near the benches. 2:48 to go. Well, the Golden Knights have been on a real good run over the last month. You look at where they were right around Thanksgiving time, but it's been a 12-point swing. The Golden Knights at one point were 8 back of Edmonton. They're now 4 ahead of the Oilers. Oilers had lost 6 in a row recently before winning 2 straight before the pause, but You see how the Golden Knights have rocketed up the Pacific Division standings. I'd love to get something out of this game. Down by 1. Pacioretty dumps it in cross corner. Evan up ahead, and Killorn put it into his own bench. 2:35 to go now.
Well, you wonder when Pete DeBoer offensive zone draw, but a good conversation with Brossoit. I think he's going to wait a little bit before he brings them to the bench.
The Golden Knights had a big extra attacker goal from Shea Theodore in their last game against the Islanders. With under a minute left Sunday, Pacioretty feeds it towards the net. Sergachev blocks it. A bouncing puck to Coghlan. Wrist shot tipped wide by Janmark. Now Hedman lifts it out. Hutton racing back. And Coghlan knocked down by Colton. Coghlan slow to get up. Puck's underneath him. Now Hutton has it. A lot bearing down on him. Carlson bumps him off the play. Coghlan trying to find some space to operate. He'll play it to Janmark. Janmark to the Tampa line. Brossoit to the Vegas bench for the extra attacker. 6 skaters for the VGK. Marchessault. Now Theodore looking. Around for White Cloud. Back to Theodore again. Marchessault with a drive, and that's blocked. Bogosian got a piece of it. And the puck back to neutral ice. Nick Waugh into the offensive end. Double teamed out high. That allowed Killorn to bank it out. Will this be icing? Yes. Minute 18 remaining.
Well, I set up Jonathan Marchessault for the one-timer. But a good block by Zach Bogosian. He gets in that shot lane. As you can see, Janmark parked alone in front, and a big block by the defenseman of the Lightning.
Golden Knights won't utilize the timeout just yet. Marchessault, Stevenson, Smith, Carlson, Pacioretty, and Theodore, the 6 skaters on the ice. Stevenson and Cirelli on the draw. Stevenson with a clean win to Theodore. And now Carlson to the top of the circle. Back to Theodore. Thought about shooting it. Pacioretty with a drive and a save. Vasilevsky, who read it well, came over to cut down the angle on Pacioretty. Marchessault digs it out. Theodore on top. To Pacioretty again with a wrist shot, and he missed the net. Kicks around the glass, falls into the circle of Marchessault. 50 seconds left. Theodore looking, wrist shot, blocked in the slot. Stevenson to Marchessault, and he missed the net. Theodore couldn't keep in the bouncing puck. Golden Knights have to get everybody out of there. They can't do it. It's going to be an offside. Well, a couple of chances as the Golden Knights are looking for the tying goal.
Oh, a couple of good chances. They set up Pacioretty, the one-timer. He gets it through as a left pad save. Didn't get it elevated as much as he'd like. And then Marchessault off to the side as he takes a little feed from Stevenson. Well, the Golden Knights had some opportunities. They'll utilize the timeout right now. Assistant coach Steve Spott will bring out the board.
Well, the Golden Knights down 1 late. How about some good vibes? Not long before Christmas, year 1, Shea Theodore ripped one home. The game winner on Andrei Vasilevsky with 2.3 seconds left, and one of the more dramatic wins the Golden Knights have ever had, especially here at the Fortress.
Yeah, those were a big homestand for the Golden Knights, ripping through some pretty good teams out in the East and really making their claim that year that they were for real. We'll see if he has any magic left here. Theodore, who had a pair last game in New York, has a pair of assists tonight. If he can provide a little more here as the Golden Knights looking to tie this one up.
Neutral zone face-off. That same group will stay out there for Vegas. Carlson and Belmar on the draw. Elmar, good second effort to pull that back to Hedman. Cross to McDonough. Pressured by Stevenson. McDonough up the boards to neutral ice. Stamkos broken up by Marchessault. And now back into the zone comes Smith. Walking in, trying to center it. Carlson! How to save Vasilevsky! Hey, stop! Marches over the rebound. Oh, the chances as the Golden Knights look to tie it.
Oh, what a play. A great little stick lift right at the blue line. Sets this whole play up for the Vegas Golden Knights. Right there, Stevenson lifts the stick of McDonough. Quick transition. Carlson, the shot. Pacioretty, Marchessault, Carlson. Everybody looking for that rebound as Vasilevsky with a couple of more big saves. Kind of caught Palat, bounced its way through to Vasilevsky. And then the Golden Knights digging away. Cannot find a way here with just a little under 20 seconds left.
Wow will come out now for Smith, a right-handed centerman on that right side of the ice against Belmar, but another big win by Belmar. Puck to the corner. Hedman up the boards, but not out. Theodore keeps it in. Now Stevenson tipped it just over the net. Set up by Pacioretty. 10 seconds. Carlson, Theodore let it fly. Block. Pacioretty centered it. A chance out in front. And Vasilevsky holds tight. Waugh had the chance, and that's it. And the Lightning hang on for a 4-3 win.
Well, there's no question who was the #1 star in this game. Number 88 for Tampa. And some late game heroics here as the clock's counting down. The Golden Knights with some great chances. Big block by Belmar, but then it's right back to the front of net. And everybody digging away. McDonough able to clear it out. There's a look at the Toyota instant replay. There's the block. Able to get it to the front. McDonough cleared it, went right to Nick Waugh, who had a great chance. And a stop by Vasilevsky.
Well, the work of Andrei Vasilevsky in net here tonight as the Tampa Bay Lightning need 40-19 the shots in favor of Vegas in this game. And the Lightning find a way to win it. Steven Stamkos with the power 3-year final in favor of the Lightning. This would be a kind of a tough one to swallow, you'd think, for the Golden Knights, Shane. They did so many good things in this game, controlled the momentum for huge stretches. It's one of those games you felt like they at least deserve a point out of it, but Tampa Bay walks away with 2.
It really is. It's and you know, you look back in the year, maybe there's a game that went their way that they didn't think should, but they found a way to get it done. This is one of those games, though, you look at the structure, the way they played, the pace they played with, and there was a lot of good things to like here from the Vegas Golden Knights. I thought this was one of their strongest games here, even when you look over what they've done in the 5-game winning streak. This was as good as any game they played. It just didn't go their way tonight. Credit to Tampa. Tampa was opportunistic. They took advantage of the chances they got. A big power play goal. Steven Stamkos has that ability. You give him one chance. Not much room on that shot. He puts it exactly where he needs. And then Andrei Vasilevsky, just incredible in net for Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, the final shots ended up being 41-19 for the Golden Knights. Our game changer of the night brought to you by Comprehensive Cancer Centers.
I think we talked about him there without question. He was the difference in this hockey game for Tampa. Vasilevsky did a great job. He's so good at puck control, his ability to take away the bottom of the net. The Golden Knights did everything they could. I thought this was a good game, and them generating offense, trying and creating great chances in front, but he had an answer for a lot of them. They were still able to get 3 by, but made some huge saves, especially in those final seconds as they counted down.
Well, a huge win for the Tampa Bay Lightning. They come here on the road, and for the Golden Knights, the 5-game winning streak comes to an end despite outshooting the Lightning 41-19. Hope everyone has a great Christmas. We'll send it back upstairs to Darren and Gary.
Yeah, considering everything that was swirling around this game today, ended up being a pretty good hockey game. When you get home tonight, check your kitchen for the sink, because Vegas threw everything, including that, at Andrei Vasilevsky.
Yeah, well, he's the reason, to me, the biggest reason why they're back-to-back champs and why they have a chance to do it 3 times in a row, because they lost a lot of players due to cap space, their whole third line basically over the summer, and they were dominated tonight, and they won the game. And he's the reason. He just did. He did the Vegas Golden Knights wrong tonight.
Tampa Bay Lightning moved to the top of the National Hockey League standings thanks to that guy. Findlay Automotive Group post-game shows coming up next.